gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse through the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't.
Good morning, supply chain interns, and welcome. I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions right now on day one. So I want to ask some former interns who now work at Land O'Lakes full time about some of the questions they had when they were in your shoes. I hope you enjoy it.
So that is one of the biggest things I was curious about when I first started working here. And I think that the company culture is great. We are a co-op and, we're built through farmers. And so I think that has trickled down into the company culture. People treat each other like family here.
The company culture at Land O'Lakes is probably my favorite part about working here. Because we're cooperative, it really kind of changes the way that a big company works and makes it feel like a much smaller, more, I guess it just feels like a giant family.
Throughout the summer, you're going to meet great friends your age. We're all in college together. So Callie, Carly, and I met as interns. Now we're in TAPA program together. Now we're still friends. We get the social stairs for quick coffee chats. We go to lunch together. So definitely make friends throughout the summer. And definitely at building connections in the middle of summer. It's a great time to meet some group peers that might be at the plants as well.
My favorite part of being an intern was going to corporate for building connections. I was at the Tulare, California butter facility when I interned with the company. So at the plant, you don't always have a lot of young people sometimes to hang out with. So it was really fun to get together with the other interns wherever they may have been working and just spend that week going back and forth over our different experiences, sometimes swapping ideas on projects or just hanging out.
Personally, for me, the best part about being a Land O'Lakes intern is that you get to schedule a meeting with anyone in the company you like, and people will actually accept your meeting either for a coffee or a lunch meeting and just learn more about them, what they do.
Who you work with, it really depends on your location. So if you're at corporate, absolutely you will have young professionals network and other interns there with you. If you're at a plant location, sometimes you may be the youngest person there. But the beauty of that is you're working with a lot more seasoned employees, and so you can learn a lot from their wisdom and their experiences.
First, I would say do a good job on your project. Work hard on that. Work with your managers on that. Bug Doug about that. He'll help you out. Give you, good tips for your presentation. And two, I'd say network as much as possible. Talk to people in your group. Talk to people outside your group. If you're interested in a job, tell your manager. They'll get you in contact with the right people.
Personally, for me, I think the best way to make yourself stand out is just to literally be yourself. And that comes to be a lot of things. If you're just yourself, then you're not pretending to be someone, and that's how people are going to learn more about you and get to know you for the long term.
I think a big part of it is being yourself. That's kind of what Land O'Lakes is looking for, is unique, strong-minded individuals. Make sure you introduce yourself and let them know who you are and what your goals are.
Well, the internship is basically like a 12-week-long interview. So really you just want to be as fully authentic and fully present as you can be during those 12 weeks. Use every opportunity you can to meet people and ask questions. Land O'Lakes invests so much into their young talent, and everybody that I met was more than willing to answer my questions and help me figure out where I might fit into the company culture. So I would just say really get involved as much as you can. Embrace your 12 weeks. They go by so fast.
What does PTO, OOO, and WFH mean?
PTO is paid time off, so they're on vacation. OOO means out of office, means they're not at the building. And then WFH is working from home, so they'll be online, be answering emails, but they're also not in the building.
Just a few ideas to keep in touch with your manager in this new open workspace. So right now I'm sitting in one of these cool booths by the windows. So I put on my Skype location, there's a little line underneath your active status that says C4 private booth by the windows. That's my tips for giving your boss a heads up where you're working from.
What is WebEx?
WebEx is a tool that the company uses to have meetings over the phone. One tip that I wish I would have known when I started my internship is to use the phones. You have to dial 9 first, so remember that.
They're amazing. if you have any question, anything, don't feel that they're gonna judge or anything. Even if you think it's a really dumb question, just ask.
So I absolutely adore the talent management team. They have been a great resource for me.
Oh, the talent management team is awesome, fun, helpful, available. They're always there to help you. Can't say enough good things about the team.
The talent management team is awesome. They have done nothing but welcome me with open arms. And they do the same thing with every single intern. And they make the intern experience really what it is. So they are a 10 out of 10 for me.
Oh, definitely. I was a research and development intern in the Cozy Shack group, and I was assigned to a real problem. And that was that with our rice pudding, sometimes customers would get a pudding that was really thick, and sometimes they would get a pudding that was really thin. And it was mitigating that problem and finding a consistent texture within our rice pudding. And it's something that solved that problem and got put into place immediately and really helped.
I worked with interns last summer, and they presented a lot of really cool sustainability ideas. Right now, we're using a lot of the projects that the interns worked on last summer and some of the ideas that they brought forward.
Absolutely, all of your projects will in some way affect the company in a positive way.
I think you can definitely make an impact. That's one of the reasons why I really enjoyed my internship, was I felt like everyone here really valued interns and valued the contributions they could make.
Your project, it's a real issue, it's a challenge that your manager has, but then they don't have time to solve it, so which is why they're asking help from the interns to help solve it.
Land O'Lakes does a lot of really cool stuff that people don't really realize. So one is the Winfield group sells seeds to golf courses, so they do a lot of like performance stuff for golf courses across the country. And then they also sell feed to zoos, so they make jumbo monkey biscuits, they make feed for crickets, really every animal on the spectrum.
The different opportunities that you're able to have within your career. So I'm currently in Kempton Park, South Africa, which is a suburb of Johannesburg, working with villa crop protection, which is similar to Winfield. We've been here, I think, since 2015, working with this team.
Well, I recently just learned that Forbes magazine ranked Land O'Lakes number 23 best large employers.
We make the food for the Clydesdale horses, which is the most random thing that I've ever heard, but still so cool. And I get to use it, in conversation. I'm like, hey, no big deal, but I've kind of interacted with the Clydesdale horses.
We make the cheese on Cheetos. I don't know why, but I'm fascinated by that.
First thing I would say is just ask your manager what their expectations are. So, when they want you here, what they want you to be doing with your time. Just make sure you guys are on the same page with that.
I would say that get to know your manager really well and the team that you work with, because they're going to be your best advocates and they're going to be the ones that will be able to connect you with other people in the organizations.
I would say really just find what makes you passionate. There are so many opportunities in this company.
Come in with excitement and show your personality. We all have personalities here. We're not just work, work, work. Make friends with who you're working with. These are your peers and your coworkers. Show that personality and be really happy and excited to come to work every day.
Words of wisdom would be to bug Doug about your presentation.
Words of wisdom would be to get involved. Just do things, whether it's with your plant team, whether you're at corporate, there are different teams there to learn from. Don't get stuck in a box just working on your project.
Use this time wisely, use it to make friends, use it to meet new people, use it to figure out, what you like and what you don't like and what you want to do. And, ultimately, I think it's an important step in anyone's career journey, and I just congratulate all the interns for being here.
I've been through all that. I'm like a Marlboro man, so I keep going back. Wish I could roll on back to that old town road. I wanna ride till I can't go.
Katie wants to record the butter emoji.
That I can't talk.
Like Outlook terminology.
Oh, I don't even know any of those. Yeah, I
Okay.
feel.
That's all right.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna start over.
All right. Hey, Jaslyn.
So
All right, I'll ask you. I'll ask you the question first. Okay, I'll ask you the
Should I
question.
start now?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You started over because I got forward. I don't want my legs to show.
I'll cut this out anyway.
Okay.